There's a phrase that people say in the competitive gaming community that I've been seeing around a little bit lately, and it's winning is teaching, losing is learning. And it's something that rings true, and I don't know if it's original or if it's actually from the gaming community or if it's something that they took from sports or something like that, but it doesn't really matter. It's just something that kind of makes sense, and it goes with other cliches, other ideas that you've probably heard before, like, you don't know what you got till it's gone, or like, don't take things for granted. Pretty standard stuff that I think most people hear sometime in their life. But it's true, and it makes sense, and it's something I thought I would bring up to you guys in a commentary today. So what's up, guys? Muzzafuzza here, bringing you some diamond action. Got a little diamond gameplay on studio, and I hate to say it, but we lost this game. This is a losing game, and it's a struggle, and it's kind of sad. It's actually like a depressing gameplay to watch, because I try my heart out, and I think I carry the team, and we still end up losing, and it's like, meh. But it kind of goes with what I want to talk about, which is winning is teaching, losing is learning. And I learned something from this gameplay. And if you've ever seen the Rocky movies or any of the motivational movies where people are getting knocked down and they have to fight their way back up, or they have to push through some sort of obstacles or some sort of problems that they have in order to, have the determination and the consistency to get a victory and to pull off the win. And that's what happens in anything. It's what happens in fighting. It's what happens in sports. It's what happens in anything where there's competition involved. It's whoever pulls through and gets back up that eventually is the winner. And why exactly is losing a bad thing? This is something that I've played with for a long time, just because I've never been one to take losing in a video game too seriously. I was a trick shotter way back in the Call of Duty days, which means I was just jumping off buildings and killing myself and trying to land trick shots, which involves lots of losing and losing kill streaks and just not your standard Call of Duty gameplay that you would normally see. And it kind of goes to show, for me, that losing really had no effect on me. I didn't really care if we won or lost, but I probably had some teammates who felt otherwise, and they were probably getting mad that I was trick-shotting and not paying attention and not trying my heart out like the little try-hard that I am. So I think there's something to be said when it comes to what loss means to you, and what it means to lose, and what it means to lose something or somebody or whatever it is. You don't know what you have until you lose it, and that goes for things, it goes for material possessions, it goes for achievements, it goes for jobs or school or work. It can apply to pretty much everything that you have in a normal life. And once you lose it, that's when you realize the value that it had, and that's when you realize how much you should have cherished it, yada, yada, yada. You guys know the deal, but it's so true, because people, like, whatever you have, like, look around you in whatever room you're in right now, there's at least one thing in the room that you haven't used in a long time, but you still have it. But if it was gone, if you never would have had it, you could have been like, damn, I kind of wish I would have used that more. And that's the same thing that happens with, like, people who buy a bike and never use their bike. It's the same thing that happens with people who get a girlfriend, but they never spend enough time with their girlfriend for that relationship to matter. So when they end up breaking up, it's harder on one person than the other. This happens in all sorts of situations. And not to try to sound like some sort of scholar or some sort of monocle-wearing, top-hat-wearing dude, I want to talk about Buddhism for just a quick minute. And this is kind of funny because I think there's not too many Call of Duty commentators that have talked about Buddhism in a commentary. The first person that I ever heard it from was Hutch, and it was on a COD 4 commentary. He did like a whole commentary about Buddhism, and it was really fascinating. And what I've learned about Buddhism, because I've taken religion classes and I've looked into Buddhism a little bit, is that one of the main facets is that suffering is caused by attachment. And attachment is the cause of suffering. And the reason for all the suffering in the world is because you're attached to the things that you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your body. You don't want to lose your friends. You don't want to lose your health. You don't want to lose the things that make you happy. But as everybody knows, the longer your life goes on, day to day, you're going to gain things and you're going to lose things. I've lost plenty of friends. I'm not friends with a lot of people that I was friends with in high school, and that's because I went through high school, I graduated high school, I went off to college, which was in a completely different town. I met a bunch of new friends there, and then I lost a lot of those friends as well because I ended up moving again. If you move locations, it's a big change every single time because you're changing all the people around you, you're changing your environment, you're changing a lot. But the thing to keep in mind is that it's the attachment to those things, it's the attachment to whatever it is that you don't want to lose that is going to cause the suffering. It's going to cause you to feel bad when those things are gone. It's the actual attachment that you have. So if you can try to be a more unattached person, if you can try to be a more free flow person that lets things go, and you let things go as they're going to go, and you let things flow how they're going to flow, and you go with the flow, then in turn, you're going to be a happier person. You're going to have more happiness, or at least you're going to be more content. You're going to be more okay with the way things are. You're not going to be attached to certain ideals. You're not going to be attached to certain people, certain things. And I think that's one of the main things that has affected my life is I've realized my attachments to things, people, places, and I've gotten along with them, and I've gotten on with them, and I've let things change how they're going to change, and I've not let it affect me emotionally or physically or any other way that's going to be, negatively. And I'm not saying I'm like a perfect person. Nobody's a perfect person. We're all going to make mistakes, and we're all going to do things that we probably shouldn't have done. And I don't know. I feel like if more people knew about this, you would understand what makes you sad, what makes you happy, why winning is teaching and losing is learning, and you can learn more things from losing than you'll ever learn from winning. And that's just my opinion, but it's the way things have gone for me. So if you ever want to learn something, just get something taken away from you or lose something, and you will learn. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.